This is On the Pitch with TJ Picks. He's Tijuana Raf, the top soccer capper in the game. Tune in to see how he builds his plays and get a sneak peek at the winning strategies he shares with his VIPs.
Tune into On the Pitch with TJ Picks and tail Tijuana Raf today. Como siempre, apuesta con responsabilidad.
Yo, guys, happy Thursday. Another day, another dollar. Welcome to the show, guys. Thanks again for your support, especially to you guys who've been here from the beginning, from the start. I see you guys out there. You guys have been here since day one of the podcast. Appreciate you guys. Thanks again for following. And you guys are smart for following this show because last week on the show, podcast leans went 16-4, guys. Out of 20 leans, we hit 16, 80% hit rate in the leans for the podcast from last Thursday, July 31st. 2 weeks ago, we went 16-7 on the podcast plays, 70%. And the week before that, 20-6, 77%, guys. It's crazy right now. We're hitting over 75% hit rate on the podcast leans the last 3 weeks. Nobody in the business is giving you that amount of free picks and that amount of winners, guys. Soccer is where it's at. That's where the money's at. No need to bet baseball. Football's right around the corner. I know a lot of you guys like to bet NFL football. We do too. We will be betting that. We definitely tap into that. We take a break from the Major League Baseball. We still will be concentrating on the soccer. The big soccer leagues are back this month, the end of this month, early September. Bundesliga, French League, La Liga, Serie A, England Premier League, guys, they're all going to be back. Soccer never ends, never stops. We've been having some fun with the Leagues Cup going into today. The Leagues Cup record, 38-11 for the Leagues Cup. That's a 78% hit rate. Guys, in the last 136 VIP plays, we have hit 105, guys. 105 and 31 last 136 plays, 105 winners. That's a 77% hit rate in 136 plays, guys. Go find me somebody that's hitting these numbers in any sport. I doubt you will be able to. If they are, they're doing well too. Month of August, 22-5, guys. 22-5 in the month of August. That's an 81% hit rate. Guys, nobody in the business is hitting these numbers. League Cup, that's Liga MX versus MLS teams. We've been having a blast with that. It's been going very well. But the two leagues separate after tonight for this weekend. They've all been playing. Some of the teams from the MLS, not all of them, have been playing in the Leagues Cup. In the Leagues Cup, all the Mexican teams played at least 2 to 3 games. So they're going to be a little bit tired. Liga MX is back. MLS is back. So we got to take that into consideration as we move into these next games. That these teams may be a little bit tired. MLS was at home, playing most of the games in most of their home fields, so they shouldn't be that bad. But these Mexican teams are going to be a little tired, and you just never know what you're going to expect. So we're going to be a little cautious as we return to these leagues. And this weekend, Friday, we only have one game. A lot more games on Saturday and Sunday. So let's get right to it, guys. Friday, soccer action. Tomorrow, Liga MX is where we're going to go. There's one game. There's no games in MLS tomorrow. The one game on Friday for Liga Mexico League is Tigres. Tigres at home taking on Puebla. Puebla is a plus 798 dog coming into Tigres. Current standings in the Liga MX, Tigres are in 3rd place, and Puebla is in 14th place. Tigres in 2 games have scored 5 goals, conceded 3. Puebla in 3 games have scored 4, conceded 5. Tigres is having a pretty good defense again, like they always do. The last Liga MX game for Tigres saw them beat Toluca, the reigning champs, 4-3. That was a good game. Prior to that, they squeaked the win at home versus Juarez. Puebla coming off a 1-0 win over Santos and a 2-1 loss to Mazatlán. Prior to that, they had a 3-2 loss to Atlas. They have seen themselves both to score in 2 of the last 3 league games. Tigres had that 1-0 win over Juarez and then that 4-3 win over Toluca. Now, both of these teams did participate in the League's Cup, so let's talk about that. Tigres and Puebla both competed in the League's Cup. And by looks of the final records, Puebla actually did qualify. So did Tigres. So we're talking about 2 teams from Liga MX that finished 3 and 4th in the League's Cup standings. Basically, we split the MLS and Liga MX for the League's Cup. Top 4 Mexican teams, top 4 USA MLS teams were going to go to the quarterfinals. And these 2 teams that are facing off against each other tomorrow, Friday night at Tigres Stadium are going to be playing against each other. They finished 3rd and 4th, so they're going to be in the knockout stage of this League Cup going for that trophy. The last time these 2 teams faced off against each other, it was a 0-0 draw in Puebla. Prior to that, they played in Tigres Stadium, and Tigres won 1-0. Tigres saw themselves go both to score in every League's Cup game. They scored at least 2 goals in 2 games, scored up to 4 goals versus Houston Dynamo. Puebla saw themselves go 2 out of 3 games, both to score. They scored at least 1 goal in every competition in the League's Cup. You know what, guys? Even though Tigres are the big favorites here, minus 278, I do think Puebla has enough to get a goal. I'm going to go with the both to score here. Tigres, Puebla, give me both to score for Friday night's Liga MX action. I think these guys have enough to get a goal each. And that's what we're going to stick with the first lean for Friday. And like I mentioned earlier, guys, there's not a whole lot of action on Friday. There's just 1 game. We're going to quickly move to Saturday. Saturday, August 9 takes us to the MLS, Major League Soccer for the United States. And that's going to take us to Philadelphia Union, minus 222 at home versus Toronto FC, plus 526. Philadelphia did not participate in the League's Cup, and neither did Philadelphia. But Philadelphia did have a friendly to keep themselves, with the rhythm going. They had a 2-2 draw versus Eintracht Frankfurt, a very good team from the Bundesliga. Not sure how many of the starters played in that game. But including that game, Philadelphia Union has seen it both to score in 4 of the last 5 games. Philadelphia Union hasn't played since May 20. Sorry, guys. Philadelphia hasn't played since May 28th. Philadelphia Union, Toronto FC. Those are the 2 teams we're looking at right now. Toronto. Sorry, I was mentioning the wrong team there. What was I saying? Philadelphia did have a game versus Eintracht Frankfurt. That's what I was meaning to say. Neither one of these teams played in the League's Cup. Toronto, last game was on July 26th, and they lost to Charlotte. You know what, guys? I got to go with the Philadelphia Union money line here. It's can be used as a parlay piece, so around the minus 200 range. I think Philadelphia Union money line here is the best play for this game. We're going to keep it simple, use it as a parlay piece. Not going to go any much deeper into this game. Philadelphia Union at home money line. Now we go to Montreal. Montreal plus 131. Atlanta United plus 189. Both of these teams did participate in the League's Cup. Montreal didn't get a win. They had 1 draw, 2 losses. Atlanta United had 1 win, 2 losses in the League's Cup. Neither one of these teams has qualified, both not moving on in the League's Cup. Atlanta United, in their last MLS home game, had a 2-2 draw versus the Seattle Sounders. And Atlanta United had a 1-2 loss to Montreal. The lines are pointing one way only, and one way that we're going to go. That's going to be Montreal, Atlanta United, both to score in that lean for that game. Next up, we go to the New England Revolution, minus 139, taking on DC United. DC United plus 330, the New England Revolution minus 139. New England Revolution, DC United, last time they faced off against each other was a 1-1 draw. They've basically seen 4 out of the last 5 head-to-head go both to score. New England Revolution, last game was against Montreal, who's not that great of a team. They have lost 4 out of the last 5 games with 1 draw. That's for the New England Revolution. DC United, they've lost the last 5 in a row, but they have seen a both to score, guys. There's only one way to go with this one, guys. 2 terrible teams, both looking for a win. Both have terrible defenses. Give me both to score. New England Revolution, DC United. I like that one a lot. All right, guys. Now we're going to St. Louis. St. Louis SC at home taking on Nashville SC. St. Louis plus 210. Nashville plus 110. Current standings here, Nashville in 3rd place in the Eastern Conference. St. Louis is 14th place in the Western Conference. Way, all the way down. Neither one of these teams played in the League's Cup, so they should be fresh. St. Louis basically did play a friendly versus Aston Villa. They only went down 2-1. They've seen a both to score in 4 out of the last 5. They've only won 1 out of those 5. Nashville coming off a friendly versus Aston Villa. Looks like they took turns playing against Aston Villa. And Nashville drew to Aston Villa 2-2. St. Louis lost to Aston Villa 2-1. St. Louis is the dog for a reason here. Nashville's a little bit of a better team. Nashville coming off a 1-0 loss to San Diego FC in their last MLS game. Prior to that, Nashville did beat Toronto, which is a weaker team. You know, guys, just because the fact St. Louis is at home, even though Nashville City should be the favorite at plus 110, give me both to score. St. Louis sneaking a goal in. Most likely it's going to be a win for Nashville, but give me both to score as the top lean for this game at St. Louis. That takes us to Dallas FC. Dallas plus 100 at home, taking on the Portland Timbers plus 250. Current standings here, Portland Timbers in 5th place, Western Conference. After 24 games, 33 goals scored, 32 conceded. FC Dallas in 12th place in the Western Conference, 35 goals scored, 45 conceded. So Dallas, 12th place, Portland Timbers in 5th place. So the Portland Timbers should be the favorites, but they're not, guys. This is one of those lines. Portland Timbers plus 250, FC Dallas plus 100, even though they're all the way down on the standings. What's going on here? FC Dallas, Portland Timbers, last time they faced off was a 0-0 draw. FC Dallas coming off a 3-4 defeat to New York City FC. Portland Timbers did compete in the League's Cup, so maybe because they think they're tired of competing, they had a 1-1 draw versus Club América in their last game. They won. They won 1. Actually, they ended up winning 1-2, and they had 1 draw, 2 wins, 1 draw, and I believe they are moving on. Yep, they're moving on to the knockout stage in 4th place in the League's Cup. Guys, lines are crazy. Dallas should not be the favorite. But because of the fact they are, give me both to score in Dallas versus Portland Timbers. Next up, we go to Chicago. Chicago Fire plus 152. LAFC plus 182. We're going to keep it simple, guys. I like this game a lot. Both to score, Chicago Fire, LAFC. Let's take that one. Next up, guys, we have Austin FC plus 112, taking on the Houston Dynamo plus 253. Last time they played against each other, Austin won 3-1. Austin's coming off a 4-2 win over DC United. 3 out of the last 5 have seen them both to score. Houston Dynamo did participate in the League's Cup. They lost 3 games, guys. Not looking too good there. Austin is a favorite here for a reason. We're going to take them, guys. Give me Austin FC plus 112 to defeat Houston Dynamo at Austin. Austin money line there. Next up, we go to Sporting KC. We have Sporting KC plus 250. They're going to be welcoming San Diego FC. San Diego FC minus 105. Current standing, San Diego FC is in first place in the Western Conference. The new expansion team, guys, number 1 with 46 points, 48 goals scored, 32 conceded. Sporting KC all the way down to 13th place, only 24 points. They've scored 36 goals, conceded 45. They've conceded quite a bit of goals there. The last time they faced off against each other, guys, was a 0-0 draw. 0-0 draw. And that was at San Diego FC. Last game for Sporting KC, they lost 3-0 to Vancouver Whitecaps. They only have 1 win in the last 5 games. San Diego's not been as strong as they were in the past when they were winning as dogs, winning as favorites. They've won 2, lost 2, 1 draw in their last 5. But you know what, guys? I think that San Diego bounces back with the big win here on the road. Give me San Diego FC minus 105. The last game for Saturday, soccer action in the MLS takes us to the San Jose Earthquakes plus 122. They'll be welcoming the Vancouver Whitecaps at plus 192. Current standings, Vancouver Whitecaps second place. They're trying to creep up on San Diego. They have 45 points, guys. They're only 1 point behind. A win here and would be very good for them. San Jose Earthquakes in the 10th slot. They're looking to get into the playoff top 9. They're in 10th place. Big game for them as well. Last head-to-head saw the Vancouver Whitecaps beat San Jose 2-0. San Jose in their last 5 games have 3 losses, 2 draws, no wins. Vancouver Whitecaps have 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw in their last 5 games. You know what, guys? I'm going to go with a both to score here, guys. We're going to keep it simple. San Jose is at home. They can get a goal. Vancouver Whitecaps should win this game. They're the ones that are looking stronger right now. They are on the road, though. But we're going to go with the both to score. Just because of the fact, too, the lines are off. Vancouver Whitecaps should be the favorites, but San Jose Earthquakes are the favorite at plus 122. Whitecaps plus 192. Give me both to score, guys. I like that play a lot. San Jose Earthquakes, Vancouver Whitecaps, both to score. And that takes us to our Saturday Liga MX action. We got Club America at home, big minus 333 for a reason, playing Querétaro plus 1,000. Club America hasn't been as strong as they've been in the years past. Still lacking that firepower up top in the striker position. They're looking to make some moves and get some players. In 3 games of Liga MX, they're in 6th place, 5 goals scored, 3 conceded. Querétaro all the way to last place, guys. 1 goal scored in 3 games, 6 conceded. America, this is a good spot for them to get a big win. The money line is minus 333. That could be used as a little parlay piece. Club America team total, Club America money line for as a parlay piece there. That's going to be simple one. Next up, we go to Mazatlán. Mazatlán versus Club Tijuana. Mazatlán plus 152, Club Tijuana plus 182. The lines point to it all, guys. We're going to keep this one simple. We don't need to dive into this one at all. Give me both to score. Mazatlán versus Club Tijuana. Then we go to Atlas from Guadalajara. Atlas, the team from Guadalajara, one of the teams from Guadalajara, taking on Pachuca at home. Atlas plus 275. Pachuca plus 100. Head-to-head last time they played against each other 0-0. Atlas did compete in the League's Cup. They lost 3 games. They didn't really show up this tournament. Pachuca did go to the League's Cup, and they won 2. They drew 1, and they ended up losing in penalty kicks. They had a good performance there. So the favorite here should be Pachuca for a reason, and they are. They're plus 100. Pachuca, I believe, are in the knockout rounds. To Pachuca, second place with 7 points. Only Toluca is ahead of them. Moving on to the knockout stages of the League Cups, are playing very well right now. Give me Pachuca money line. Pachuca money line plus 100. Atlas can sneak a goal in there, but I like Pachuca money line for the Liga MX final game on Saturday, guys. And let's give you guys a nugget. Let's give you guys a gift. Let's do a parlay for Saturday. Parlay for Saturday. All right, guys. The parlay. We're going back to the MLS. And we're going to do an over 2.5. Over 2.5 parlay. We're going to go to San Jose Earthquakes. Over 2.5, San Jose Earthquakes versus Vancouver Whitecaps. We're going to do the over there, and we're going to parlay that with the over in Dallas and Portland Timbers, guys. Dallas, Portland Timbers, over 2.5. Grandma parlay that with over in San Jose, Vancouver Whitecaps. All right, guys, we're moving on to Sunday, August 10th. And that takes us back to the MLS, the Major League Soccer. Takes us to New York Red Bulls plus 113, taking on Real Salt Lake. Both of these teams participated in the League's Cup. And I believe 1 or 2 are moving on to the next round. Let me just double check here. Both of these teams did have a good showing in the tournament. Real Salt Lake ended up beating Querétaro. They drew with Atlético San Luis, and they also had a draw versus Club América. That was a really good game for them. They showed they could compete with one of the best from Mexico. And actually, you know what, guys? They did not make it. They had 6. Real Salt Lake had 6 points. Real Salt Lake had 6 points, and the New York Red Bulls ended the competition in 5th place. Actually, 6th place New York Red Bulls, 7th place Real Salt Lake. Both had 6 points. They battled. They had good outings, but it wasn't enough to make the final cut. They are going to be a little bit tired, but they're both equally tired. We're going to keep this one simple. We're going to go both to score, New York Red Bulls and Real Salt Lake. Next up, we go to Minnesota United at home, taking on the Colorado Rapids. Colorado Rapids coming off a 2-2 draw versus Cruz Azul. They had 1 loss, 1 draw, 1 win. Minnesota United in the League's Cup had 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss as well. Last time these two teams faced off against each other, Minnesota won 3-0. Current standings for these two teams, Minnesota is in 3rd place in the Western Conference. Colorado Rapids are in 9th place. They're in that final playoff slot there. They're hanging on tight. Minnesota United in their last MLS game had a 2-1 win over St. Louis. Prior to that, a 1-1 draw versus the Portland Timbers. Colorado Rapids in their last MLS game saw them go 3-1 loss to Philadelphia Union. We've seen able to score in their last 2 MLS games. I do give the edge here to Minnesota, but the fact that they Colorado Rapids did play in the Leagues Cup, so did Minnesota. I got to go with the both to score here, guys. Both to score, Minnesota United, Colorado Rapids. Next up, we go Cincinnati versus Charlotte. Cincinnati versus Charlotte is going to be an over game, over 2.5, over 3. The 2C, CC, Cincinnati, Charlotte. Give me the over. Speaking of overs, guys, we're going to go with the over in Orlando City versus Inter Miami. I think Messi's still out injured, but these teams did both compete in the Leagues Cup tournament. Let me just remind you who's moving on in the Leagues Cup tournament. And that's going to be, I believe, Inter Miami is one of those teams that did sneak in there. Yes, Seattle Sounders in first place, Inter Miami in second, Orlando City in third, and the Galaxy is in fourth place there. Those are going to be the teams that move on to the knockout stages. But give me the over, Cincinnati, Charlotte, both to score there as well. Next up, Orlando City, Miami. Give me both to score there as well. And the final game, guys, Galaxy versus Seattle Sounders. Another both to score, guys. You may want to both to score parlay all 3 of those games because those are going to be good ones. They're all going to be a little tired from the Leagues Cup, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to be scoring goals in this action for Sunday in the MLS. Let's go to Liga MX for Sunday to finish off the weekend. We have a couple games there. And that's actually a little treat, guys. Liga MX, since they had the Leagues Cup, are going to go into Monday. So we will have a couple Monday plays, so don't go anywhere. On Sunday, we have Pumas versus Necaxa, guys. Pumas at home, taking on Necaxa. Pumas is a plus 100 favorite. Necaxa plus 259. Current standings, Necaxa is in 7th place. Pumas is in 15th place. This is one of those weird lines, guys. We got the Pumas in 15th place as the favorite versus the 7th place Necaxa. Both teams did participate in the Leagues Cup. Pumas 1-2, lost 1. Necaxa 1-1, drew 1, lost 1. The last time these 2 teams faced off against each other, Pumas won 2-1. In the Liga MX, the last game, Pumas did beat Querétaro, but that's a weak team. Everybody beats Querétaro. They're the worst of the worst right now. Necaxa's last MX game was versus Club América. We had to play there. It was both to score. That was one of my favorite plays of the week. I gave it on the podcast. That was Necaxa, Club América, both to score. It was a banger, guys. We knew that was coming. Prior to that, Necaxa did beat Querétaro 3-1, and then they did lose to Toluca. All right, guys, I'm going to give you a big dog here. I like Necaxa money line plus 259. Give me Necaxa money line to take down the Pumas. Next game, Santos Laguna versus Chivas. Current standings, Santos are in 11th place. Chivas are in 12th place, guys. I like the both to score here. Both to score, Santos Laguna and Chivas. Let's do a parlay, guys. Parlay for Sunday. Why not? You guys are here. All right, guys, we're going to keep it simple. Simple. Give me the over in the MLS games, 2 overs. And we're going to go with the Cincinnati-Charlotte over 2.5. Cincinnati-Charlotte over 2.5. And parlay that with the over 2.5 in Orlando City and Inter Miami. No Messi, no problem. They got other guys that can score. Orlando City can score. They have a bad defense. Inter Miami can score, and they have a not so great defense as well. So that's going to be the parlay for Sunday. Cincinnati, Charlotte, over 2.5, parlayed with Orlando City and Inter Miami. And like I mentioned, guys, August 11th, little treat here. We have a few games spilling into Monday for the Liga MX. We're going to León. León at home taking on Monterrey plus 121. Guys, both these teams participated in the League's Cup. I do believe, League's Cup. León lost 2, had 1 draw. Monterrey had 1 loss and 2 wins. I believe Monterrey has made it into the next round. Never mind, guys. They didn't make it to the next round. Monterrey had 3 goals scored, 6 conceded. But León didn't look that great at all, guys. Monterrey and León. Give me Monterrey money line. Monterrey plus 121. Next game, Juarez versus Toluca. Juarez. I got to go with Toluca, guys. Juarez is good, but not good enough to beat Toluca. Toluca is going to come into the border town there, Juarez, and get the win. Give me Toluca money line. Next up, San Luis versus Cruz Azul. Cruz Azul is in 5th place right now in the Liga MX. 7 goals scored, 4 conceded after 3 games. San Luis is 4 goals scored, 5 conceded after 3 games. Both of these teams participated in the League's Cup. Both of the teams participated in the League's Cup. And neither one of them is moving on into the next stage. I got to go with both to score here, guys. Give me both to score, San Luis and Cruz Azul, to finish off the Sunday slate. Guys, we had a lot of games that we went over. Do your best to take notes, rewatch the show. I gave you guys some parlays that you guys can put together. The parlays hit at even crazier rate than the leans, and that's hard to say. But the plays that I give, guys, are solid. A few of them are a little bit juicy, so you might want to parlay them together. That's not a bad thing if you parlay a couple of them. Always remember, guys, the number 1 rule: never bet money you can't afford to lose, because losses happen, bad days happen, bad weeks happen, bad months. But we never have a bad year, guys. And that's why we're doing this day in, day out. You'll learn a lot when you get into the VIP. I got some specials right now in the VIP. Hit me up if you're not in, if you're not following. We got some action. We got a live exclusive VIP chat open 24/7. Guys are in there betting 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. There's guys throwing baseball plays. I may not officially be throwing out baseball plays, but there are guys in there that are sharing some plays, and they're hitting, they're tailing each other. They're building parlays. Guys, it's a great environment. Come and see what it's all about. Once again, guys, I thank you for your support, and I'll see you next time, guys. Wager attack. Wager attack. Peace out.
This is On the Pitch with TJ Picks. He's Tijuana Raf, the top soccer capper in the game. Tune in to see how he builds his plays and get a sneak peek at the winning strategies he shares with his VIPs.
Tune into On the Pitch with TJ Picks and tail Tijuana Raf today. Como siempre, apuesta con responsabilidad.